stopping by the channel. My name's Leah. We're going to be recapping and reviewing Growing Up Hip Hop. This is episode 31. I think this is the finale. It's giving very finale energy, but I'm not sure. But let's get into it. I'm not really going to do the regular promo, the regular where we go scene by scene. Only 3 things were really important. Well, 4 things were really important in this scene. We finally get to see Egypt and Sam get married. Denise and Sequoia hash out their mess. TT and Cree hash out their stuff, and then I think that was it. Oh, Eric has his party for his daddy. Like I said in the intro, I'm confused. Like, is this the end of the season? Because if so, I'm cool with this being the end of the season. Because it felt very like this was the finale, and I'm cool with that. But I don't think it is, because I remember when they did the huge trailer, there was a sit down between Egypt and Maureen, and it looked like they was like in Miami or Jamaica, but who knows? They could have took that out. So basically, it opens up. We see, I would say Elijah, Aaliyah, Vanessa, and Denise, and they're basically trying to see if Denise wants to talk to Sequoia. So in the scene, we see the next scene. Basically, I'm gonna just do everybody together. I got a lot of stuff to do, and I feel like I'm rushing, so let me slow down. So Denise and Sequoia basically end up meeting up. They cool. They hash everything out. Denise actually cops to being shady, because she was being shady. I didn't like the fact that everyone was trying to act like Denise was just this angel when there was spice in the way she was coming at Sequoia. But Sequoia did definitely overreact, because there was no need to act like you was going to throw a drink on the lady or get that riled up. So she did a disservice. They both did disservices to themselves, in my opinion. But they had this meeting by themselves, and they sat down mainly because Sequoia reached out to her, DM'd her, and they talked, and it was cool. It was cool for what it was. They were happy for what it was. And yeah, they had an actual adult conversation, and they were upfront. They both were like, we could be cool because we both got kids. And Sequoia apologized, and they ended it at that. So then the next thing was Eric having his big celebration for his father. I didn't know that Eazy-E's mom is still alive, so that's why Eric gets so hell-bent on like wanting to not bring this negative cloud upon his father, mainly because his grandma's still alive, and that's his dad, and he just doesn't want all that negativity around it. And truth be told, I understand, like, it is what, at this point, it is what it is. Like, your dad is gone. I know there's discrepancies, but it lends the fact that why your parents shouldn't be out here having 11 children, because you got 11 different people who didn't grow up in the same house together, who have different views of how they saw their upbringing and their father. So it's like people can't get on one accord. But they have the end of the, they have like the event. It's cute. It's on a rooftop. I'm sick of Eric talking about the flirtation between him and what's her name? And TT, like, she don't want you. She never wanted you. Get over it. Please. 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 She didn't want you, Eric. And it annoys me that he keeps bringing that up, because you're married, she married, so STFU, bruh. So TT comes, and we see Cree. Sequoia don't really want to talk to Cree, but she's like, you can tell she's uncomfortable with Cree. Like, she feels like the conversation that they had when they had their last sit down, it was what it was, but she doesn't feel the need to make an effort to be nice or be cordial with the lady. She just is like, I'm in my spot, she in her spot, and we can leave it at that. But her mom, Tiny, wants them to have some mediation, but I feel like, check Cree's big ass. Check her. But Cree and TT have a conversation, and I was glad. I was getting annoyed with people trying to act like TT was being stuck up and being pretentious when it came to Cree. When I've seen all of the tweets that Cree has sent out, throwing shots and daggers at TT, and expecting TT not to come back and come at her with the same energy. And I liked how TT told her, because TT and her had a one-on-one, and TT was like, what's annoying me is you trying to make it seem like I'm crazy when people are sending me screenshots and DMs of your tweets about me because you made a comment talking about I'm not fighting with no one who doesn't have assets, and what was that for and who was that for. And Cree was like, I did say that. And TT was like, yeah, so that's the thing. Like, you can't be saying you don't have a problem with me and still throwing shots. And that's why I can't get with Cree. Cree was doing all this vibrato about being like, oh, I'm this boss woman, I'm a grown woman, I'm an adult, I'm this and I'm that. But yet you still being childish and getting on the internet and being petty. Like, if you're gonna be petty, be petty. Like, stand in your pettiness. I don't mind when people stand in their pettiness as long as you own it. Even if you're wrong or right, as long as you own being a petty individual, I can rock with you. But Cree and this whole doing these internet interviews and trying to act like she ain't do nothing, poof pow, gonna be bye girl, bye. But they hashed it out and they were good. It was kind of annoying how much Twist and Eric was poking fun at Cree about being a fighter. But that's what happens when you act wild and people now see you as that. You're going to have to deal with people taunting you and poking fun at you. It was a cute scene between... because Pep ends up coming, and then she had a cute scene with TT and Sean, and then she also had a very cute scene with Little Twist where he was like talking about how he respects her and how he loves her, and it was nice. It was real nice. So I said Eric, TT, Cree. So now let's get to the meat and potatoes. Girl, Egypt and Sam getting married. So Egypt tells her mom, like, we about to get married the next day in 24 hours. Pep ain't happy about it. She had to go get the Hennessy because her emotions. And mind you, I was like, Hennessy is disgusting, but you know you hot when you just drinking Hennessy just to drink it. Because I feel like Hennessy is a party. Like, people drink Hennessy for parties, but I think Hennessy is gross. Ugh. I think it's so gross. I really do. I think it's so gross. It tastes like battery ass. It's nasty. But she's telling, and it was very telling. I think in this scene, we're realizing that honestly, Pep and Egypt are not the way they used to be. They're not as close because Pep made mention at the end of the episode, I'm going to do everything in my power to get back to a good place with my daughter. So it seems like they're not at a good place. But I kind of don't fault Pep because it seems like she realizes that Egypt and Sam are not adults, even though they're trying to play this adult game. Because when she had that scene where she was on FaceTime with Maureen, she was like, there's like, now that they're married, there's no more of like you calling me because you can't pay your rent or you can't pay the bills. Like, you have another human, like another individual, a grown adult living in the same house as you. It's now time for you to take care of yourself and do what you got to do. And it seems like Egypt is still relying on her mom in that way, but still wanting to act like she's this adult. She's this, like she's this adult, and she's not. Although I would say this is the best she's ever looked with her hair. Like, it was like she still has the fade, but it was like a cute little pushed up, like it looked like a poof on her head or like a somewhat of a mohawk. She looked really pretty. I hope she keep that hairstyle because the fade and the short is not cute on her. It really isn't. It actually makes her look way younger, like a little teenager. And I know that's not the look she's going for, but to me it makes her look juvenile. And you can also see throughout this whole episode, Egypt is trying to profess that she's this adult so bad, and it's understandable. Like, she's 23 and she wants to be taken seriously, and everybody still treats her like she's the little sister or the little cousin. And I've been there, so I understand wanting people to see you as an adult, but the truth of the matter is that everybody around her isn't wrong for their opinions about their situation. Everybody is telling you, like, this is not the way to go. Her mom even was like, you wanted to have this colossal wedding. Why are you doing this way? And I even forgot that last, 4 years ago, her and Sam tried to elope, and she looked better in that dress, and Sam looked better than what we got at the end of this episode. Like, honestly, I feel like Sam proves that, like, he really doesn't care as much as he says he cares about Egypt in the way that he dressed up for that wedding. Like, he didn't even have on a suit or a tux or anything. It was just a fedora, a jean jacket, like a leather blazer with a white. It wasn't dressed up. And then you have Egypt in this cheap, I mean cheap, because it was some see-through fabric, ugly, like embellished dress. And I'm like, at least she tried. He didn't try. And then when they said their vows, he was like, you know, I don't care about what nobody has to say about us. We done been through a lot. And I'm like, if you've been through a lot, I don't want to marry you. Like, that means that's just a precursor of what we about to have for the next 4 years. And he was like, I'm willing to fight till the end with you. Then you got Egypt being like, you know, you made me believe in soulmates. You made me realize, like, you treat me like a queen. And it's like her words were more heartfelt than his. And I'm like, can you not see that he not giving the same energy that you're giving? I also think it's wild that a lot of people have been speculating that they've been doing substances that you got to go to the bathroom for and, you know, put up your nose or use a spoon and a needle for, allegedly. A lot of people said that they've been, especially in their confessionals, more so they've been saying Sam, because he been looking rough. And I didn't know, like, I didn't really pay attention to it, but he has been looking rough. Like, his fro been disheveled. And I'm like, ooh, maybe it's true he be doing some extracurricular stuff. I hope not. But I just thought it was also disrespectful that they didn't give the people around them that they claim they love so much enough time to, like, process them getting married. Like, when she told Pep was shook. When she told Chrissy, which is what's his name, Tretch's wife, she was shook. Tretch was shook. It's like everybody was shook, and you're not giving enough people enough time to, like, process this big, like, this is a huge decision. And throughout the whole entire episode, it was like a will they or won't they, with Pep trying to determine whether or not she was gonna go. I'm happy she went, because I also think that had she not have gone, even if she didn't agree with them getting married, the rift in their relationship would have gotten bigger. And I don't think that's what she wants, because, like, she keeps saying, Egypt's my only daughter, and I want to be good on that relationship. I mean, the episode ends with them getting married, and low-key, that was it, y'all. Like I said, I thought her dress, honestly, it just looked cheap and tawdry. And I feel like, so here's the thing. I've watched other shows where, like, people get married in chapels. Like, there's so many, like, wedding series shows, because I like those types of things, where there are very, very nice and beautiful chapels. Like, beautiful chapels. Like, chapels that you would think are, like, bro, like, where it looks like a actual, like, cathedral on the inside to give you that feel. And they went to this one, this makeshift crap. And I was with her mom, where it's like, you have been saying you want to get married and have all the bells and whistles, and now all of a sudden you throw this in on me. It also made me think about how her mind, like how Egypt's mind is so warped, and even Sam's mind, because I really do believe that Sam, the fact that Sam kept putting onus on, like, Egypt wants to get married, Egypt wants to do this, because it's like, if you put all the blame on her when stuff doesn't work out, then you can renege and be like, well, I ain't really want to get married, I just did it for you. And I told her I wasn't ready, but we was gonna get married anyway. So I feel like this is so stupid. It's stupid, but best of luck. Hope it lasts, or hope it's healthy. That, honestly, not even if it lasts, I hope it's healthy. I hope their relationship is healthy. And if the rumors are true that she might be possibly pregnant, I hope she is healthy. I just hope it's healthy, because right now, from the outside looking in, it's toxic. But that is it. That is all, y'all. Remember to be bravely authentic, and drop down in the comments below and let me know your thoughts. Deuces.